Long Walk is a movie that absolutely works for me. I love it. I love the premise of it. In a post war America, decades later, you enter into a lottery, 50 guys are chosen. You walk continuously, you get three warnings. Third warning, you're done. And you walk continuously for hundreds of miles. One winner remains. You get a large slush fund cash prize and one wish. What would you wish for? How would you endure? Would you make connections along the way? Would you work to sabotage people? Would you work against people? Would you make friendships? And that's what this movie is at the heart. It's a story of friendships and connections overcoming all this heartache that you have to go through. You know the risk, but the reward is greater for what could be done for yourself and the people that mean the most to you. And how far are you willing to go? Are you willing to push yourself to these limits? This movie works for me. It won't be for everyone. That's completely fine. My girlfriend, not a fan of this movie really. Me, I loved it. It's not action packed at all. It's just walking and talking and seeing how they deal with these circumstances and just like the trauma they have to go through and hearing as people are just like cut off one by one by one. They're just going down, can't keep going. Like you get your ticket punched in a not a good way. Like you're done for forever, but you know the consequences of the race. But you're willing to endure that because you believe you have a chance of uplifting yourself, and that's an interesting premise that I think appeals to people and why you understand why people enter the race. I like this movie, like I said. It stars David Johnson, who is Peter, and then he's alongside Ray Garrity. Ray Garrity, who loses his father early in the film to the General Mark Hamill, and that's why Ray enters the race and wants to win because his ultimate wish, if he wins, is to let me get one of these rifles. I'm gonna take out the general. Peter and Ray ultimately end up being the final two, and they keep pushing each other towards the end. Like you gotta keep going and lifting each other up. One wants to quit. No, you're not quitting. You're coming. And the other one wants to quit. No, you're not gonna let this happen. Ultimately, it is Ray who lays down behind and says, "Peter, it's gotta be you. It's gotta be you," because Peter sees the best in people. He sees the light. He sees as they're walking. There's an interesting moment where Ray points out a family and says, "Look at these people. They're watching us. They want us to see all this shit happen to us. They're terrible. They're pigs." And Peter offers a different perspective than Ray. Peter says, "But that's a family. They're sticking together. They're there. They're enduring. They're just conditioned to do this. They don't know any better because this is all that they've known. But they're there together and they're watching this happen. And I'm gonna keep going because I believe in that family and what they represent." An interesting premise at all, and I love that about that character. And David Johnson portrays the character brilliantly. So in the end, when Ray lays down his life and says, "It's got to be you, Peter," it's a full circle moment because it has to be Peter because Ray is this negative, built on vengeance, wants to get revenge against the general, understandably, but it has to be Peter. And then Peter, with his one wish, does what Ray wanted to do. He asks for the rifle and takes out the general because Ray always said, "You never know what's going to happen to you. You could just be able to walk off," and that's how it ends. That Peter able to just walk off. The Long Walk is a very good movie. It's a mid 80s movie for me in terms of a rating. I love this movie. I recommend it enough. Go check it out now in theaters. It's great.